Welcome to another shave here on the Soap Thing Project. Today I am going to do a legacy soap. A legacy soap is anything that predates mainstream artisan soap making. Well, I think this one qualifies. This is Taylor of Old Bond Street, Sandalwood. And this is the refill puck, as you can plainly see, 3.5 ounces. For about $16.99 to $19.99, depending on where you get it. Let's look at the back of it and see what kind of ingredients it has. There's nothing much to write home about. It's mostly glycerin and palm kernel oil. I will go ahead and show you right there. Either way, there's not much to really get excited about. It's some slick stuff, though. I gotta give it that. It's been a while since I've used a hard puck. Now, here's the puck right here. I have been using this for about a couple weeks off camera. And it's just been sitting on this champagne marble soap dish from Shave Nation. I looked all around on different websites to try to see if this is triple milled. Some websites say that it is, some websites don't say at all. So I'm going to err on the side of I don't know. But it definitely doesn't look like it's changed much in the 9 or 10 shaves that I've put on it. But we're going to use that. Taylor of Old Bond Street, Sandalwood. And we'll talk about the scent more during the shave. I will say this, though. If you are going to get something from Taylor's or True Fit and Hill or DR Harris, things like that, and you're on the fence of, do I want the cream or do I want the hard puck? I'm telling you to get the hard puck. I think the lather quality is better. That's just what I've noticed throughout all the years of using this stuff over the last 5 years. Moving on, let's do the aftershave is Proraso Red, Sandalwood. Because of course, I can't do a sandalwood soap without doing a sandalwood aftershave. Got a new razor in the Soap Thing Shave Den. It is the Edwin Jagger 3ONE6. And this is 316 stainless steel, of course, made in Sheffield, England. This thing was hard to learn how to use. It doesn't shave quite like a DE89 or a Mula R89. It's a bit more blade feely. And the first few shaves were really rough. And one of the things I noticed was I had to change up my technique quite a lot. I also had to use really mild blades in order to get a pleasant shave out of it. And that's where Lord Super Stainless comes in. That is the blade that is currently in the razor. So that's what we're going to use today. And the brush is my 24mm QED Select 4324 Badger brush from QED USA. Alright, let's do a shave. Alrighty then. I guess let's talk about the puck for a minute. So I have actually been lathering on the domed side of it, which is technically the underside of the puck. So if you had the wooden bowl, the puck would sit like this in the bowl and you would lather on this side. Well, I have been lathering onto this side for whatever that's worth because mine doesn't have a bowl to go in. It just sits flat on that soap dish. So the best way I've learned to do this over the years is that you need to take your brush. I'm going to take the QED Select Badger brush out of the brush cup. It's been soaking. And I'm going to wring all the water out of it. And then turn the sink on just a hair. There we go. And then I've found that it's best to start with almost no water and work your way up very, very slowly. So let's grab the puck right here. I'm just going to dip the tips of the brush into the water that's dribbling out of the sink. I'm just going to start working this around in the palm of my hand. Now the irony is not lost on me that I recently did a video saying that I don't think people should load directly onto their soap tubs. With a hard puck like this, you really don't have much of a choice. That's the one caveat I should have brought up at the time. I mean, I suppose I could shave some shavings off of this, but I've tried that a couple times and I've found that it doesn't make a very good lather. So, slowly building this thing up. Here we are so far. We're getting there pretty quickly and easily. Now, I will say this. You're going to be seeing legacy soaps a lot more often on the Soap Thing project for a couple of reasons. One reason is legacy soaps get featured so rarely on videos in the YouTube wet shaving community that I think it's giving new shavers the impression that this stuff is not good quality, and that is not true. This is a phenomenal soap that is going to do everything that it needs to do. The other reason is, in my opinion, lately a lot of artisans have been behaving in a way that strikes me as just lazy. Like, so many of their scents that have come out recently are just half-assed. It's almost like they have this attitude of, if we make it, they'll buy it. Well, I'm here to tell you right now that that is not true. If you don't put some effort into your soap making, I'm going to go buy soap from somebody else. I know. I've seen me do it. So, there's just so many scents coming out that are just like a cop-out. It's like, come on, people, you can do better than that. And if you're not going to do better than that, I'm going to go buy soap from somewhere else that's going to make you very unhappy. And if you don't like it, well, call the police.
The 2 arresting officers were sentenced to 20 years for false arrest.
It's 30 years.
Okay, I think we're ready to go. I'm going to scoop this off of the puck, and here is the lather right there. And I've got a bunch on my hand, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and wet the face. And I'm just going to use this as kind of a proto-lather pre-shave. I mean, waste not, want not. May as well use it. I could probably shave with it just as it is. But yeah, so many artisan soaps are just, they're usually fragrance dupes, which a lot of artisans have plainly admitted is easier than trying to invent your own scent. Well, I'm sorry, I don't care. Like, if you can't invest time into making a soap with some kind of originality, at a certain point, this crap gets old. And I know that's an unpopular opinion, but that's how I feel about it. Okay, now, I could almost shave just like this. Let's take the lather, add a little bit more water, and work it into the face. Scent strength once lathered is a perfectly acceptable 2 out of 5. Not great, but not hard to smell either. A little more water. Once this stuff gets rolling, it can take a lot of water. Okay. Now, got lather all over the shirt. Okay, and this scent is actually more complex than you might think, so I'm going to activate the iPhone cheat sheet, and we'll talk about it while we shave with the Edwin Jagger 3ONE6 and the Lord Super Stainless Blade. That thing is about to fall. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can get a nick-free shave today. I definitely got to shave in a way that's not my style. I was talking to JMW. He's a viewer, and we were talking in the comments of one of my other videos, and he made an interesting point. There's a big difference between how I ought to shave and how I choose to shave. And I tend to buy razors that align more with how I choose to shave. This is definitely something that I have to use the way I ought to shave. And so it took quite an adjustment period to get used to this. Is this going to stick around long term? I don't know. It's too early to tell. All right, let's talk about the scent of this soap. So you would think sandalwood, it must be just sandalwood. Actually, no, there's a lot of notes in here, like a lot. It starts with, let's just go through the notes. Geranium, lavender, amber, rosemary, carnation, orange blossom, fern, sandalwood. We're finally getting to the sandalwood. Powdery notes, musk, patchouli, cedar, guaiac wood, labdanum, and vetiver. So what this all shakes out to be is a vaguely woody, floral sort of thing. It's got this old-timey, almost fuddy-duddy floral note to it, with an equally old-school, kinda, sorta sandalwoody vibe. And this is pretty common. Like if you were to get Truefit and Hill sandalwood or D.R. Harris sandalwood, it's going to be really complex just like this. It shakes out not smelling super complex. It definitely doesn't smell like it has quite that many notes in it, but apparently it does. Now, I'm not going to lie and say that this and other more traditional hard pucks are perfect. It's not. It's not perfect. For one thing, the post-shave is a little bit drying. It'll kind of dry your skin out just a little bit. Having said that, soap has one job, and that is to slicken your face so that it can be safely shaved. Shaving soaps were never supposed to be about post-shave qualities. That's an artisan thing. That's only happened in the last couple of years. Traditionally, shaving soap was just supposed to slicken your face, and then if you needed some kind of a post-shave routine, that's what post-shave products are for. Again, this is going to be a video where I piss a lot of people off, but what good is this community if we can't be honest with each other? I'm just telling you how I feel about this stuff. Okay, first pass usually goes fine. The second pass is where things get messy, so hopefully I am using like no pressure. Absolutely zero. Like gravity is pretty much doing its thing. Like I'm pretty much just like letting gravity just like do the shave. And oddly, a lot of the cuts have been on the upside of my face. Like my neck didn't tend to get very much. It's definitely efficient, I will give it that. An exercise in razor efficiency. This stuff is really slick. And I don't want to overgeneralize the comments I made earlier because not all artisans behave that way, but a lot of them just feel like they're so desperate to just ring your dopamine bell and make a sale that it's just like they're just cranking out cent after cent after cent after cent. And it's just like, come on, people, this is getting old. Like, I would prefer if they had fewer scents that had more time and effort and enthusiasm behind them. So far, so good. Let me knock on some wood. Yeah, I didn't want to show you this razor on camera until I pretty much had it figured out. Because as much as I've shown you bad shaves before, nobody likes to see that. It doesn't inspire a lot of confidence. Touching up in a couple places, and then I think I'm about ready to call this done. Let's call it done and see how it feels. How it feels, how it looks. There's some places where it's not the closest thing ever, but at a certain point you gotta take a win. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to push your luck. Oh, do I dare? Well, let's try it. See what happens. God damn, this stuff is slick. Good stuff. Great stuff from Taylor of Old Bond Street. I'm not going to lie to you and say that the cream version of this stuff is as good. I don't think it is. I think it's a slightly lower quality lather in my history of dealing with it. Okay, well, why stop? Why hit the pause button? Let's just go right ahead into the aftershave, why don't we? Proraso Red with a perfectly usable rev limiter in it so that you don't peel out accidentally. Wonderful. Almost no stinging feedback too, so I definitely outdid myself with this one. Dang, I got a new shave towel and the fabric is kind of coming off. The lint is coming off. Need to wash those a couple times. And then bring them back into the soap thing shaved in. Oh, wow. Sandalwood galore. Smells great. Now, if I somehow manage to exhaust that puck to nothing, is this good enough to buy again? Oh, absolutely. If for no other reason, then it's just a unique take on sandalwood. And it's kind of cool to just have this sitting on my countertop just to grab for days when I just need a dumb reach scent. Like I'm just sitting there looking at my collection. I'm like, I don't know what I want to use. Just grab the Taylor of Old Bond Street sandalwood and get the job done. Is pretty much how I feel about that. Questions, comments, put them in the comment section of the video. Otherwise, thank you for watching. This is Soap Thing telling you, shave like you mean it. Thanks for watching. There we go. Pat that thing dry and put it down on the dish.